To your right.
Okay.
First off, how's Ty doing?
In some pain, his back is bothering him, and so Ty is tough as nails, and for him to sit out a game, it has to be something that's really, really bothering him. So we're in constant communication with him throughout the game, and the guys, they stayed with it. Tonight was a game that was tough. It was all about perseverance, and all the way down to the last shot. Kawhi had a tough night shooting the ball, but I still put my money on him with the ball in the free throw area, making a play for us, and one that we really needed. He got it done for us. James kept us in there, throughout the second half, just making plays as he does. And so, that's when you have two special guys like that, that's what you want them to do.
And obviously you guys come home after a rough 8-game road trip that you guys had. Does it feel like things have, turning around for you guys?
I don't know if I don't know if I'll say that. I mean, look, we're in in the confines of our arena where we're a lot more comfortable. Obviously the schedule hasn't been too kind for us. Going back to our last game before All-Star break, being on the road, having that game added, and then starting out on the road. And we got a couple of our key guys that are in our rotation down, but we're finding a way to get it done. And like I said, tonight Kawhi was having a tough night. He stayed with it. James held us in there. And different guys stepped up at different times. Derrick Jones made a big shot for us in the corner when we needed, and then we got the stops when we needed down the stretch.
Brian, stopping Zach and DeRozan, two of the better closers in the league, not an easy task. How are you guys able just to contain them and make life difficult? I know they scored, but you guys still made life tough on them.
Yeah, I mean, that's all that you could do. Obviously they are who they are for a reason. Those guys can score with the best of them. And as you said, they're two of the best finishers in the game. But, we have to give credit to our guys on the defensive side too, particularly Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones Jr., Kawhi, and even Amir Coffey, during the minutes that he played tonight. They just made those guys work for everything that they got. And that's what you want to happen. You want, when you get to the fourth quarter and the crunch in the critical part of the game, hopefully some of that pressure, some of the different looks that they had to face, will take its toll on them and wear them down. Because that's what teams do with us, with James. They send people up to pick him up, make him, have to work, all game long. And, it just came together for us, in the right moment.
So you take over for Ty, you decide to go to overtime and take a wide 50 minutes at this point on?
Hey, they were in constant communication with me about his minutes, what have you. So when I knew I only had a couple minutes in the overtime, so we started him, got him out, and then, got him back in the game. But, like I said, when, that last time out, we're down one, and, we ran the play, crossed everybody over the top to throw the ball at Kawhi at the free throw line. I told him to make sure that he takes the last shot. So win or lose, we're going to go down, having the ball last. Some of the other guys were kind of confused because I think I communicated that to Kawhi, but I didn't communicate it to everybody else. So everybody was waiting for him to do something, and he was just holding the ball patiently and, got to his spot. I wouldn't have expected a left hand, whatever you want to call that, but but he got it done, and I'm happy it went in.
What does this win mean? You guys are fighting for playing spots, top six, all of those things going on?
Yeah, I mean, we can only control what we do from this point on, and so, Golden State is playing well. There's some other teams that have fallen on hard times. Mainly Dallas, who, with all the injuries that they have. Minnesota starting to play a little better. So they're going to do what they're going to do. The games that we have a chance to, control our own destiny. We have to win games that we're supposed to win, and and not worry about that. I think that'll take care of itself. Once it gets down to that last week of the season. But just try to hold it down until we can get the other bodies back and healthy, and hopefully head into that situation strong and with a deep roster and rotation.
Coach, with James playing so well, were there any thoughts of possibly going through him on that last shot? And then second question, with Kawhi, you know, how many guys do you see that can struggle through the night, you know, with their shooting, and then last second of the game so calmly going knock down this game with a shot?
Yeah, it was tough. You know, I expected that they felt like, you know, the ball was going to go to James and he was going to make the play for us down the end, which he had, like I said, he had been holding us down, you know, pretty much all night. But it's just, you know, that's a compliment to him in terms of his selflessness. When I did diagram that play for Kawhi at the end, you know, he didn't hang his head or, you know, give me any bad body language. You know, I think he was confident with Kawhi, you know, shooting that shot, you know, from his spot. And so I think that threw them off a little bit as well, you know, because Kawhi didn't have it going. But I thought all the shots that he took were good shots. They just didn't go in. And so I played the odds that, you know, the next one would be going in.
Coach, to you, right? Coach, how good was it knowing that the only thing you lost today was 1 hour due to daylight savings time?
And that got me and probably a few of us this morning. But yeah, I'm glad that that's the only thing we lost was the hour. You know, like I said, Sacramento, since their coaching change, you know, and the trade bringing Levine in there, seems like they've been recharged and rejuvenated. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and we wanted to leave out of here tomorrow, you know, with a win in hand, going on the road, and see what we can do out there.
Coach, right here, Coach. In regards to Ivica Zubac, just his presence again today, another double-double for him. Can you just speak on Zubac, just his dominance down low as he's been progressing this whole season?
Yeah, you know, I was with Zoo his first 3 years when he was with the Lakers, and so I've seen his progress, you know, over the years. And I think that he's at a point now where the game is really starting to slow down for him. And his confidence is the highest that I've ever been. And I think the guys around him, their confidence in him is the highest it's ever been. You know, so they feel good when we go inside to him. And that's what we need. You know, the more people that we can have that opposing teams have to scout for and you know, and try to prepare for and defend, it's better for us. It creates more spacing. That means it might be a different guy every night. But one thing that I know we can count on with Zoo is that you're going to get a double-double, you know, on every night. You're going to get at least 10 points, and you're going to get at least 10 rebounds, and an efficient shooting percentage when we get the ball down to him in his spots. And so we just have to keep feeding that, keep building his confidence, and keep building the other guys' confidence in him when we go inside to him, and just keep learning to play off of each other when he does have the ball, because that creates other openings for us that we really haven't had in the past.
Two more.
Brian, back here, do you know if Ty was watching from home, and did he text at halftime or anything?
Yeah, he was talking to a couple of the other coaches. He was watching at home. They FaceTimed him after the game was over, and he looked like he was having a heart attack, feeling the same way that we felt out there, you know, not knowing how it was going to go. But he was happy for us, and we're all wishing that you know, the pain that he's dealing with in his back goes away, and we can get him back ASAP.
And Coach, in that fourth quarter, Sacramento extended their defense, and it seemed like you guys struggled with it, and they threw you guys timing off on offense. What was it that Sacramento was doing that was allowing them to push the lead because they ultimately got up 97-90. You guys ultimately came back, but it seemed like that extension on defense is what took you guys out of your offense and put you guys behind. How are you guys able to combat that?
Yeah, I mean, once James got, you know, when we took James out of the game to start the fourth quarter, you know, our main ball handler was Bogey. You know, Kawhi handled a little bit, but you know, like I said earlier, that's the team's all the team strategy is to try to wear James out. You know, they know that we're so dependent on him to run our offense, to score, to get everybody else involved. So they extended their defense. You know, fatigue set in a little bit. But, you know, to our guys' credit, they kept their poise when we got down 7. You know, said it was a lot of time left and don't try to get it all back at once. And they made critical plays when we needed to make them. They got critical stops when we needed to make those stops, and it all culminated in a victory.
Thank you.
Through the end of regulation, you guys, I think we're down 2. And you guys, you know, you're able to continue to float multiple times in this game. Like, what was your process on that?
just get the best shot available. He's playing close. I got by him and nobody stepped up. So, trying to finish.
Michelle was saying that because you kind of had it going down the stretch and Kawhi had been struggling for most of the night, that it might have thrown him off a little bit to give him the ball in that moment there down the stretch. But can you just talk about the level of trust that you have in him, even when he does have an off night, to give him the ball in that situation?
He's big time. Players make big time plays, and he's done it throughout his entire career. We struggle. When the time is needed, he step up and make a big time shot. So, he had a lot of opportunities. When we talked about after the game, he had a lot of opportunities where it's basically like layups for him. A mid-range jump shot that he missed. But the confidence don't change. Because he puts the work in. So, for him to step up and hit a game winner like that, it shows the confidence and the type of player he is.
James, what can you say just about that shot making down the stretch? You, Kawhi, Zach, and DeRozan on that, and what was that kind of chess match like?
Some unbelievable, players individually that can, get their shot off and create and do their thing. And we've seen obviously Zach and Debo do it for a long time, and then obviously DeMar. Why? So just I feel like the confidence you get to your spots, and everybody has their own spot where they get to their spot. I don't think it's on the defense. I think it's on the player. Whether they miss it or make it. So I'm just happy. We got the win tonight.
When did you find out Ty wouldn't be able to coach tonight?
Right before the game.
Is it awkward for you guys to kind of play without him?
We haven't done it yet. That was our first time. So I think our coaches are prepared. We're prepared. We all understand what's at stake and what we have to do to win. Tonight wasn't the prettiest, but we'll take the win. So I think Bichon and the coaching staff did an unbelievable job of on the fly stepping up and helping us with the win.
James, despite the struggles that you guys have had maybe on the road, at home court seems to be a big place of confidence for you guys. We established home court and everything. What is it about home that you guys just play so well and come out there with energy?
I don't know. Home is home. We expect to play home well at home. For us, is taking that same swagger that we got at home and on this 3-game road trip, keeping it up.
James, first off, it was really cool seeing you with Jay Crow and Taj and Elijah's game. But one thing Elijah told me when he was training with you, he was like, "Man, people don't know how hard this dude works." He was like, "I thought we were almost done with the workout." He was like, "Yo, James was saying this is just the warm up." So he was just like, "But for you, why do you keep that so private in terms of it? I know it's a part of the culture, keeping your work private, but for kids to see that and letting them see it too, like."
Just because I feel like everybody is so public with whatever they do. Like there really is no privacy, in the world, for me. And I think a lot of people don't understand. They don't know me and who I am really and what I do and the work that I put in. And just for me being able to last this long and still be productive at this level, at this age, something has to be, the work has to be being put in, And they can have to say stories and make up things, outside and whatever. But like eventually, or hopefully when I'm done, people really understand the true work that I put in and what I've done for this game. So, for me, it's like just do it. And don't really, And if I get in contact with you, which Elijah was able to work out with me, then you'll see and you'll be a part of it. But man, I just love it. I love the work. I love, and once you put the work in, like there was times where I come in at night and shoot and feel confident, and I go put up 40 this year, and there's times where I can put the work in, I feel good, and I come in and had 12 points. But the work don't stop. You don't change. You still have to continue to build that confidence on a day-to-day basis because that makes the special player that I am today. So, don't stop.
James, how are you kind of watching? How is the chemistry developing with you, Bogey? Obviously, Bogey's been thrown into different roles, but Kawhi's, getting to himself now. Like, how are you seeing everyone kind of develop that chemistry together?
It's forming when it needs to form. And, hopefully in the near future we get Norm back and we get Ben back and we get a full roster, making a playoff push and trying to do something special with this team. But we haven't had that yet this year. So I think that's the most exciting part, that Kawhi's fully healthy. He played 40 minutes tonight. Our team is we have a lot of depth and a lot of guys that can play multiple positions and do a lot of different things on both ends of the ball. So I think that's the exciting part, is getting the full roster healthy. But until then, we still got to keep pushing away. I think I said we got 19 games left, and every game is crucial for real. Like you look at the standings, and it's flip-flop. So,
given that those guys are so crucial for you guys, only a month left in the season, like, do you feel like you guys have enough time to put enough together on the court and see what you guys have?
I got no other choice.
The game. What's the process you were going through in that moment?
Just trying to run down the clock, get the last shot. B. Shaw wanted me to shoot the last shot with the time expiring, and that's what was going through my process, trying to get the court organized, and was able to do that.
Was the left hand on that was left for you at that moment? That's where the defense cleared out for you?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much read the defense, got to a spot on the floor, and was able to get a shot off.
So you've been saying slow as pro for a moment now. Like, what do you mean by that? And
I
does
have
that
not
kind of
said
validate
that. You have not heard me say that.
I've seen somebody under Kawhi's name saying Postgame. What would that mean if you were about that slow as pro?
It can mean a lot of different things. It's a process. It can mean whatever journey you're in. You're not gonna get it in a day. It takes time, and don't be in a rush in a sense. So it's for you to pretty much explain for yourself or interpret it for yourself. But yeah, you could use it in a lot of different ways.
You give a little fist punch after the ball went through the net.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in that moment, what's kind of just going through your mind?
Just grateful we got the win, happy the ball went in, and yeah, that's it really.
Kawhi, is a moment like that maybe a little more satisfying given, the last year and everything you've kind of gone through?
No, I'm not thinking about that. It's one game. My goal is to be healthy at the end of the season, so I can have a good summer. I'm not worried about doing the whole rehab process again or missing a training camp. But yeah.
To see your teammates react that way, what does that mean to you and to them, you think?
It's great. We need these wins down this stretch. I think this will help us be a better team moving forward. So, us getting that win, everybody was excited, and I know we needed it.
What was it like having a moment like that with the crowd, just knowing that they've been behind you guys all season long to give an overtime victory like that, particularly in a game winner? Just what was it like to have them behind you in that way?
It was great. They've been good all year. They're starting to trickle in even more. It's been real loud in here. Appreciate them coming and supporting us through the ups and downs, and hopefully we could make a playoff push for them.
Well, what is that?
I just like the detail of the last shot for me. Like you just said, not being in a rush, but you get to the elbow, check the shot clock, see where the shot clock's at.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get on 2 feet, have your balance, then get to the left floater. What can you say to kids in terms of that? Making sure you get to your spot, check your surroundings before you get to your move and finish games.
Just be patient. Even if it's 5 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds, you still got a lot of time to get a shot off. You don't got to catch and shoot it right away. And just trust your work. Whoever comes to my pregame workouts, y'all see me get into that left hook into those spots, and it worked out for me tonight.
Well, when you look at kind of the chess match down the stretch with you, James scoring, them having Zach and DeMar going back and forth, like James said it felt more like guys just making shots and maybe not getting stops. Like, what did that feel like, that back and forth you guys had?
It was I didn't enjoy it. I loved us scoring the basketball, but those are great players. DeMar getting to his spots, just rising up over us and knocking down his his famous 2-pointer pull up, and Zach getting to the paint, hitting a big three. They did a great job, and James pretty much helped us win this game down the stretch, being who he is, and DJJ making 2 threes or big threes down the stretch, Zoo being good and knocking free throws. So they propelled us tonight, and thank them for it.
What was that? I mean, obviously before you get to overtime, Zach has a shot just bounce off the rim. What was that like, watching that shot almost go in?
At that moment, I was trying to make sure DeMar didn't get a tip in, and hit the back rim and rolled out, and we thought we had a game from there.
When you went out in overtime and came back, how much were you pushing to come back in, or were you guys all talking about?
I wanted to play. I'm kind of capped on a minutes base, but 36 is a lot of minutes. But it was just about me just wanting to finish that game. They told me they was gonna sit me for a minute and bring me back, so just itching to get back in and didn't want to sit.
Thank you, Kawhi.
Ty wouldn't be coaching you guys.
Right before the pregame meeting,
Is it a little weird playing without him on the sideline at this
Yeah,
point?
yeah. It's been, what, 5, 6 years that I've been coached by him. And I think one time when B-Show coached, I had COVID, so I didn't play. So it was definitely weird.
How stressful is it as a big to have to wait on a dude like Kawhi to make his move late in the game? You're trying to think.
Yeah, I was thinking, what is he waiting? I think we all did. And those like 20 seconds felt like 20 minutes, to be honest. I was just waiting for him to make a move. I knew he was going to shoot, but just stay spacing the dunker and crash for a rebound once he shoots. That's all it is, but it felt like 20 minutes.
Do you ever worry about a 3-second violation? We joke all the time. They don't ever call it. Actually, JV got it.
Yeah, he got one.
Today. But like, do you ever worry about that as a
Yeah,
team?
all the time. All the time. Spend a lot of time in the paint, so we got to be mindful about, not being there longer than 3 seconds. So think about it a lot.
What was that kind of like chess match that Zach and DeMar, you guys, Kawhi, James, what was that kind of like? Were you guys going back and forth? Not really too many stops, just a lot of buckets.
It was fun, but I feel like we put him on the line way too much. With fouls, a lot of reaching fouls that we've been having issues with lately. Like we gotta stay on, don't reach for it. I feel like we're bailing a lot of guys out with those fouls, but they made some tough shots. James, was keeping us in the game the whole fourth and overtime, and Kawhi, that big left hook.
When you look at, obviously Kawhi had the game winner, but Zach had a great look and the ball that bounced just off at regulation. What were those moments like when Zach had that shot, almost went down and bounced off?
No, I was pretty confident in KD, guarding him one-on-one. He did a great job, forcing him into a tough shot. But players like Zach, they make those shots. So when that went up, it looked good to me. So, I'm for sure happy he bounced out.
Were you on? I'm pretty sure you were on the team back in 19. Williams hit a 3-point against the Nets at the buzzer. That's the last time the Clippers had a buzzer beater to win the game. You remember that moment? And what was this moment like?
I do. We ran all the way to the opposite side of their bench. I remember that was fun. That was one of my first games with the Clippers. So it's always fun. We needed that. We needed this win, and we were down 7 with 2 minutes to go, and come back, go to overtime, grind it out, and finish like that, win like that. We needed it. We needed some positivity.
So you guys have struggled a bit on the road, but for whatever reason at home, you guys have been really playing really well. What is it about home court that you guys just are able to put together solid games?
Fans, we feel comfortable here. We got our facility. We feel like at home. I think being comfortable and having our fans behind us, we're all doing a great job. Last few games, it's been packed. It's been really good, man. It's everything we hope for.
How great does it feel to be able to put together these wins at home without Norm, without Ben,
Good.
Kawhi in this one?
Good. Finally to string some wins, but we gotta go into this road trip, have a mentality to win every game, and go from there. We need every win we can get, and have a good road trip coming up that if we lock in, we can get all of them.
I just gotta ask you about the paint. Like, I think y'all scored by 24 inside. It didn't look like that was going to be how the game was in the first quarter. What caused y'all, like, whether it was B. Shaw or you, or who made it to where y'all had to be more intentional getting inside where y'all had an advantage?
It's how we play all year. I think we're one of the best paint teams. We score a lot in the paint, and we know they're going to overhelp, and once we get in the paint, so we always try to get it. I think every game that should be our mentality. Just get in the paint and
get stuff at the rim. If they pull in, then we kick out for the threes. I think that should always be our mentality.
So just to follow up what I was asking before, like obviously you guys have gotten the wins without some of the guys, but does it feel like you guys have like a month and 3 days left in the season? Does it feel like you guys have enough time to put everything together? I mean, Bogey's been thrown into so many different units, and
Yeah.
Does it feel like you guys have enough time to put everything together once Ben and Norm come back?
We got to. We don't have a choice.
Thanks, everyone.